afternoon. It's Thursday. I have messed up a setting again. I'll fix it in a minute. But how are you? How's it going? Beautiful weather outside. Kids are back in school. All in all, pretty good. Got a few listings coming up again. Can't complain. Today we're going to go over a bunch of stuff that, I don't know, we're going to do something really heavy. We're going to do something really light, and then we're going to do something in between. So I think that we'll just be getting our bases covered. And let's not dawdle today. Let's just get going. I'm going to introduce, here's my buddy Mike out in Arizona. Mike, hello.
Good morning, John.
How are you? That's morning there still. That's so funny.
It's 11 o'clock. Good morning.
All right. Let me get this one thing fixed.
How you doing?
I'm okay. I just screwed up one thing. I was very nervous about today as far as I just didn't have it all together this morning, and I just kept working and working and working. I thought I was going to be late, and I actually got everything done except for one thing. So
yeah, that's live. That's okay.
Yeah. So, anything going on in Arizona? I got nothing going on here.
It's busy. I don't know doing what. I can't believe it's Thursday already. But like we're going to talk about, we do so much more than most people think. It's just.
Yeah, I thought it would be fun. I have no problem with a bias. Like, I'm a real estate agent. I'm biased.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if, like, the teachers, people that are teachers are, biased to the teachers union. It wouldn't surprise me a bit.
For sure.
But I just feel like when I see online comments, a lot of times they're just missing the mark. They have no idea what they're talking about.
Right.
And unless
you're a small business owner.
Absolutely. Unless you've walked in these shoes, you have no idea how soul crushing it can be. Sucks the life right out of you.
I prefer to call it challenging.
Yeah. I was gonna play with the algorithm, and there's a Dolly Parton article on Realtor.com. I didn't bring it out because I don't know. Seems gratuitous, but I'll do it next week. So just all know that that's what's coming.
Yeah.
It's just weird right now for, like, your busy season should be starting soon.
Yeah, things are starting to pick up, ramp up, and prepare for September, October, but things are still rolling along. It's just now it's that everybody wants, I'm going to buy. Should I sell? I don't know. Do you want to buy or sell?
So the weird thing in my market is I've had just a stupid run of success. Okay. And so I don't know if the market's good or bad, and I don't really care because as long as I've got listings and as long as I've got buyers, as long as I've got transactions, I'm golden.
Right.
But I did see some stats that showed that St. Louis was probably one of the top 5 price appreciations in the country.
I saw that. Which
is really weird because if you want to do classic economic models and say, well, there should be like job growth and people moving here and things of that nature, and they didn't. There's none of that.
None of that.
No.
I think people are just realizing that this is the market we're in.
Yes.
You can jump in, jump out. You can do whatever you want.
You can wait a year. You can wait another year, and after a while, it's just you got to do something.
Right. Exactly.
So,
it's not timing the market; it's time in the market.
Where are you at off the top of your head? Off of at Scottsdale, are home prices flat and declining, or?
It's really kind of all over the board. It's the higher end. We've had, what did we have? Over $10 million. 55 homes have sold this year over $10 million.
Wow,
that's absurd. It's almost over double what sold last year. So it's just that $1 to $1.5 million is always grinding. That's kind of that sweet spot where people come in and they can come and relocate and get that. The lower end is pretty steady. So it's really kind of all over the board. It really is.
If you were to write an offer tomorrow as a buyer's agent, would you be coming in at asking or below? Let's say it's the second week. Let's say it's the second week out.
It really depends because the sellers are still crazy. They still think they're sitting on a gold mine. So if I can prove the numbers, if the numbers support the asking price, let's go. Let's do it. And there's enough activity out there where you might have some competition, and you've got to be the best offer.
See, that's kind of where I'm at. A lot of times, if my buyer wants the house, like, we need to be competitive, even if we don't think there's any other offer,
Right.
unless they know I like a deal. I've always liked a deal.
I always like.
Yeah, and I've always kind of, if I knew 20 people were putting an offer on a house over here, I want to be the guy putting the one offer in on that house over there. Like, that's always just been the way it is. I've never felt comfortable being like the top bidder on like 30 offers. That just makes me sick.
It does. It makes me nervous.
And I've lost deals where there were so many people, and I almost like breathe like easier.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because they're never really structured for the buyer's advantage. Not that I want the buyers to just take a huge advantage of the seller, but gosh, I don't like to be lopsided either. So
no. And the market's pretty fair. People that say, I'm just throwing out on $1 million house, I want to offer $750. That's not going to happen. You're not going to get it. But people think they can.
I think as the longer I go through the business, the more I think that prices are just like oddly structural.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, like, if somebody bought a house, okay, and then they're paying taxes on it. Well, the taxes are based on an assessment. Okay. So the person, they know they're writing a check, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then they see their neighbor down the street sold a house for X, okay? So now they've got like visual proof, even if they've never been in that person's house, okay?
Right.
There's like this sort of weird anchor effect.
Yeah.
Here it's like subdivisions specific. You could have a subdivision across the street that doesn't bring near the money that another one does. It may be the same square footage.
Yep.
But it's that close. It's subdivision related. In the city where there's blocks, you can definitely show like the 3200 block is a different price than the 3300 block, and you can just go down the road. It's kind of dependent on maybe some other things like parks and
yeah, schools. So finishes matter. They're huge. A 1995 house right next door. It can be $200,000-$300,000 difference just because it's been remodeled. It has the finishes.
Yeah. So I don't know what's next. Like, should St. Louis suffer, stagnant prices? I don't know, but it's not really my problem.
No,
I'm not going to. I'm just going to work within the market I have.
Right. You can't change. We don't make the market.
No.
I say that all the time.
No.
So,
well, that was that.
Yeah.
Now I wanted to tell a little story.
Let's hear it.
I like to go and throw stuff up on X and just see what people say.
I know you do.
So, it's not that I don't know what I want. It's not that I don't know what I want. It's that I just want to see what other people are thinking. And the question I posed this week is simply, I've got a listing coming up that's got a tenant in it. And the question was, how do you guys handle it? Because I haven't done it in a while. Last time I did a duplex, I had an open house for the weekend, 2 hours. I had 50 people come through the door. Had enough offers where, it wasn't inconveniencing anybody. And it was a duplex and everyone was going to stay there. It wasn't,
okay.
It wasn't where they were going to move out or anything like that. Everybody was happy, and right. Just the seller wanted to sell. And so I feel like that was the best way I could have done that. Because, the people still need it. I do not like we'll show you the house or the duplex or the apartment on an approved contract, an accepted contract. I don't.
Right. No.
Why am I buying sight unseen? It's just stupid to me.
Right. Somebody's got to see it.
Yes. And so the overwhelming response that kind of surprised me was the people didn't say, here's how you should handle this, right? They flat out said, get the tenant out, list it after the tenant's gone. Overwhelming.
I saw that.
And, I don't know. I don't know if people understand the risk. So if you throw the tenant out, you have no income
Right.
on an income. I mean, this is an income property. All right.
I'm about to have one of those, a zero income producing property.
Yeah. So now I don't know that I want to throw the tenant out.
Yeah.
Now I also know the days on market are about 45 days. So even if I throw the tenant out, now I've got a 45-day window where we're not bringing any money. It's a big
And then
risk.
after you close to put somebody in there.
I don't know. I don't feel like this should be a rental. I've looked at it, and I think it should be a single family home. I think it should be a retail buyer. And
Duplex?
No, it's a single family home.
Okay, single family. Okay.
It's being used as a rental, but I just don't think that. I've learned some things. I've learned that during the great financial, not crisis, the thing where we decided that we weren't going to have people go to work for 2 weeks, and then we're going to pay them money. I've learned that a lot of that went into real estate. Like a lot of money went into real estate.
A lot of it.
Yes.
A lot of it.
And now it's like unwinding.
Yep.
And so I feel like we almost at this point shot ourselves in the foot. Like
100%.
Twice. Because you gave all these people all this money and then you let them do whatever they want with it, which I guess, right? But then they just went and threw it into assets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Smart. Better than spending it.
Yeah. But then you basically took all the people that wanted to buy a house and made them competitors with people who are getting free money. And it just, it's really stinky.
And not small numbers either. Large sums of money.
Oh God. Has anybody ever figured out how much money was given out for the PPP loans?
I don't know.
It's got to be in the high billions.
Yeah.
High.
Yeah. And then leverage to buy a big multifamily.
Sure.
That stuff's coming up soon.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have some pictures of the inside of the house, and I said, well, I don't think we should list it. Mm-hmm. I agree with that. I think because if I'm going to list a house for sale, okay, and someone writes an offer, first of all, like I said, I think they should walk through it.
Yep.
And so when they do that, and it's like, there's stuff everywhere.
Is it good income producing? Do the numbers make sense as it is?
I don't really.
Okay.
I don't really see the point.
Okay. To make $100 a month.
Exactly. Why? What's the point?
Yeah.
But a retail buyer is not going to want to walk through someone else's stuff. And the tenant, and there's nothing wrong with this, but the tenant doesn't care about the sale of the house. No. They got to find themselves a place.
Are they moving? Are they talking about?
Well, that was the issue I had. Is now I get an offer on the first weekend. Now they got to move out. Okay. What's to keep them? What's to make them move out?
Might have to pay them.
Right.
Was it cash for keys we were doing for a while?
Right. So now I gotta try, and it just, to me, as much as I want to say, like, no, I can sell this house with this tenant in it and with this situation, I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I don't think it's going to work at all. And so the best move is to wait. I'm going to do it coming soon with a picture of the front. Okay. Probably 15 days before scheduled move out. Then on move out, is fingers crossed it goes well. Go through there, cleaning service, see what we got, take the interior pictures. And I am going to use AI staging in this particular house.
You should. Noted, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a friend that was listening to some stuff recently here, and he used this brownie box. Stupid.
I don't know that.
Stupid name. Anyway, you send your pictures there, and they'll do the AI for you. Okay. But he found that if he just did enough, prompting correctly, he would get a wonderful result on his own stuff. And so I was like, it did look good.
Yeah, my photographer offers that. He does a great job.
Oh, good. I think that should be part of it now, I guess.
I noticed actually this morning there was one at a very high-end house, but it had the den and then with the Porsche parked in it and all kinds of trophies behind it. And then I didn't notice in the small corner said AI generated. The next room was pretty rough. So
I'm warming to it. To me, like, I don't know what it costs to stage something, but I think it would be about $5,000 to stage anything here.
yeah, us too, at least.
And so then, even then, I don't know. The staging is. I mean, you have to. I mean, they're taking furniture and they're taking cardboard TVs in and out of houses every 6 weeks, and it's just. And then they only do
it cheap.
Yeah, and you only do one room,
right?
And then it's like
you have to do it right.
Yeah, and I feel like for far less, I can get people through the door, and let people just. If I showed them online what you could put there, then.
Right.
So.
Right.
Anyway, I was surprised by the response because I wanted it to not be true.
Yeah. I had one a few years ago that was unshowable. There was at least 8 people living in it, and we ended up selling it, but it was a challenge.
Yeah.
It was a challenge.
I bet. I thought about it, so I'm gonna call these tenants and say, hey, would you go away for an hour so these other people can come see it?
Is there a dog? Pets?
I don't even want to know if there is or not. It doesn't matter. I know it's got to be clean.
You cut out a large part of the buyer pool. Buyers don't have vision. Buyers do not have vision.
And if they see somebody else's junk there, they're just gonna be like, eh.
Yeah.
But it's a gamble.
It is.
And I hope it pays off. If it doesn't pay off, then I feel terrible.
Does the seller want to sell it?
Yes.
Do they have to sell it?
Seller was like, it's time. It's time. So I said, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let's
move on. Let's
Good
have
luck
some.
to you.
Well, thank you. I guess one thing I wanted to mention is I throw this at you right away, but I know you're paying attention to it. Let's do a short little overview of the salad to go situation.
Salad to go. Is that big there? I know it's big here.
No, it's big online. It's big online.
It's big online.
Like
sure.
I say, like 3 years ago, some guy that was a commercial real estate agent wrote this post, and he's like, "Salad to go is the greatest thing that's ever happened. Their numbers are spectacular. They're going to do $2 billion in sales. I swear it was like $1 billion. It was a huge number." And he's like, "This is the greatest thing ever, and I can't believe that no one else has figured this out. And you all need to jump into this." And I was like, I like salads enough sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't need it to go. And I've always noticed that salads are more expensive than like a hamburger.
I never went.
So I don't want to drive through to get a salad. It just seems wrong. Like you're not really treating yourself at that point.
No, I just think it's like those, most people won't remember those photo booths in the parking lot.
Yes, the Fox photo. We had Fox photo.
Yeah. Right.
And my understanding is on the footprint of these, though, they are bigger than that Fox photo idea.
They are, for sure. It's like I don't know if you have Dutch Brothers. It's a drive-through.
Right.
Yep.
It's set up perfectly for that. It's
perfect.
Yeah. Okay. So then everyone's like, haha, salad to go ate it. And it did. It did. Yeah. And I mean, badly.
Badly.
They didn't even try to.
Quickly.
They didn't even try to restructure. They're just like, we're done.
We're done.
Yeah.
Expanded too quickly.
So then, like a stroke of brilliance, but I don't remember which one. You're gonna have to help me. Did Dutch Brothers came in, or was it Seven Brew? Which is the one that came in? Dutch
Brothers was the first one that came in and said, "We'll give you 105 million for your 55 or locations."
Yeah. So Dutch Brothers is a relatively smaller chain that's trying. They're a brilliant move. Like we'll buy all of them. Yeah. Well, this will be great. I mean, you have to have some kind of guts to say that you're going to expand, 55, 60 stores.
Right.
That's dicey. It is. But anyway, they did it, and everybody was like, well, that's brilliant. I mean, this came out, like they said, they're going bankrupt, and then these people are buying the things. I mean, it was just bam, bam. Yeah. Now, another company has come in now, and which one was that? Was it Seven Brew?
This is Seven Brews, which I've never heard of. I don't know.
Okay, Seven Brew is getting bigger here.
Okay.
It's fine. I don't know. The world is a strange place. Anyway, so Seven Brew is like, hey, wait a minute. Huh?
You don't drink coffee.
No, I don't, but neither do my kids. They drink like sugary beverages that take
Okay.
forever to come out of the little machine, you know,
Gotcha.
and they have stupid names that I don't really ever want to say. And it's horrid.
Right.
But that's where it's going. Okay. We're all going to have to drink these sugary drinks.
Mhm.
And can't just get it like a can of Coke like that. Oh, no, can't do that. So anyway, so this
And even order black coffee.
yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Latte.
Yeah. So then Seven Brew's like, hey, wait a minute. I don't, this doesn't seem right.
Right.
We want it. And so now I believe the latest that I saw is they've convinced whatever's left of Salad to Go. They said, you have to at least, you know.
Got to go to auction. Public auction.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do you think that's going to happen?
Well, now there's a new thing. They own the building. It's a land lease underneath.
Yes.
And we've got a lot of those. And I went by, we've got one nearby here, and it's looking pretty ragged. And the small strip mall owners, or the strip mall owners that have these land leases, they say, well, we've already got a Starbucks in our thing. We can't have a coffee shop come in.
Oh, interesting.
So we can't honor your Dutch Brothers or Seven Brews lease. So it's going to be a while. There's a lot more to that land lease than just picking them up and operating them.
That's really something.
You know, the non-compete. You have a Starbucks.
Yes,
in this corner.
yes, I know about it now, but I didn't realize it until you said it.
It's going to get messy. In the meantime, like I think I posted, I'm against land leases as a landlord and commercial property for that reason. You've got this rotting building in your parking lot.
Well, they're not getting the land leases. They're not getting paid off of it right now, are they?
Nope.
There's
They're
no
not
income.
getting paid. No income, but they can't touch the building.
And why can't they? I'm just running through. Why can't they touch the building?
They don't own the building.
They don't own the building. They just own the land beneath it.
Yep. You can't touch the building. And it's gonna get messy. But interesting college business study. It's gonna be a good study. So.
Yes. And now help me out though. Do you know how big Salad to Go got? Apparently they're in Arizona, I guess.
They have 55 or 65 locations here. Yeah. They're everywhere.
That's really something.
It really is.
All these people were out there just munching down on salad.
And I never noticed them. I would drive by them, and so I never thought twice about. I don't eat out. I don't eat much. But
I understand. All right. So now we brought that to you.
Me.
Enjoy the Salad to Go things. Now, I guess one of the things that I was excited to talk about today is we're gonna just rip apart common misconceptions about real estate agents. I'm not gonna lie. I used AI, but I used like 6 different ones to see the misconceptions because I can't remember them all. Only because I forget them. Like you throw it in my face and then I forget. So
I'm working on a book, 21 Truths About Real Estate.
Are you really?
So I was so excited when you sent this over.
Are you really working on a book? I've always thought about working on a book as well. I've got some ideas.
But it might be a few years.
I've been working on the book since before the Great Flu.
Right.
I got the introduction page done and then kind of sat for a while.
Right.
Anyway, let's get into it. So the first misconception is that agents just open doors and show houses.
Yeah. That is a big misconception.
I don't do that. I don't just do that.
I don't do that. I think Open Door tried to do that. Still tries to do that?
Yes. Yeah.
That's scheduling. Scheduling 5 houses in a day.
I understand that AI is like, hey, you're going to make it so that we can, go in somebody's house that's, occupied or not occupied. We're just going to let some rando walk through your house. I just
no.
I mean, I just don't see it yet. Maybe in the future.
No. Maybe in the future. I hope not. It's like, do you have Carvana?
We have Carvana.
You can buy a car and it shows up at your front door.
Yeah.
I think that's where they want real estate to go. And I want to drive the car. I want to smell it like the house.
I am 100% in agreement with you, and I can't believe how many people try to buy houses, sight unseen.
Yeah.
Makes no sense to me.
We learned it during the Great Flu that you can. But
all right, here's the
we're
one
not
that
just showing houses and opening doors.
Here's one that I've been painted with this brush. Makes me uncomfortable. It says agents make easy money and are rich.
Yep.
God.
I love that one.
Yeah. Easy money and are rich. And this actually happened to me. My wife, we got married, and people are like, well, what does he do? And she's like, oh, he's a real estate agent. They're like, oh, it's really
It's loaded.
Loaded.
Fancy car.
Fat city.
Yep.
And I know why. There's the agents themselves put this one out there.
They do.
And that's on them. As far as making easy money, I don't know. It's as I've gotten older, there was this essay that was written, or a book was written, called Bullshit Jobs. I don't know if you've ever.
I don't know that.
Yeah, and the idea is about 87% of the entire workforce is unnecessary. They literally do things that don't do anything.
Okay.
And like if you're I hate to throw anybody under the bus that might be watching, but there's not that many of you, so the odds are in my favor. Like a college administrator. Okay. There's like 10 million of those people. Okay. And I don't care what title you give them. If they didn't show up for work for the next 6 years, would anything happen?
There'd be no administrating.
Kind of like during the Great Flu, a lot of people were staying home and working. But everything still kept happening, right?
Right.
So that's when you knew kind of that there's something to that.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying my job is like, the most important job in the world. Look,
No.
we'll get through without real estate agents. I have no doubt, or real estate brokers.
Right.
But the idea that we make easy money and are rich. I wish.
Well, people
I would
don't
like to be
realize
rich.
We wake up every day unemployed.
Yes, and it
You don't know when your next paycheck's coming.
Super drag. Your kid wants to go to volleyball. Well, how are you going to pay for that? Your kid wants, or your wife wants something nice for dinner. You're like,
yeah, you've gotta. What's the success rate? Was it a year or 2 years? It's very, very low.
It's very low
For full time.
Full time. It says agents keep the entire commission, and I think people believe that.
Right.
They see the number on the paper, and they're like, "Wow, you're just." But the average agent sells 10 houses or less a year. Okay.
That's like saying McDonald's keeps every $5 for a Big Mac.
Correct.
We have expenses.
Health insurance is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's one of them. And then, like, my friend Mike gets to pay money to his brokerage in some form.
Yeah, I do. And I gladly do it. I have a pretty, I've been with them for 12 years. I'm pretty aggressive split with them.
Without, doing anything that would be outside the bounds of some sort of real estate rule. Let's just think about some of the expenses that one might be lucky enough to pay as a member of a brokerage.
Yeah.
Do you know of anyone that gets to pay for their own errors and emissions insurance?
I do know people who pay for it.
Yeah. What about, is there a desk fee? Do they call it that anymore?
I don't have them, but I know people that pay it.
Okay. And then
a pretty good deal, I think.
Well, I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's never been for me. Like there's never been a time where that deal's going to work for me.
Right. There's all expenses and the risk of a transaction.
When we talk about splits, a lady wanted to come work for me, and I said, well, I think it'd be the best thing you could possibly do because I only charge you on a transaction. I will not charge you a desk fee or a rental or anything like that. And I gave her the number, and she just was like, argh. I'm like, you have to understand, if I have you underneath me in my brokerage, then I have to like watch you like a hawk because you can get me sued.
Would she be a 1099 under you
Yeah.
or an employee?
No, I don't have employees.
Yeah. No.
That doesn't make any
It
sense.
get expensive.
Yes. And then, like, just for everyone out there, if you ever go to a place and they're like, well, we'll pay for you, we'll pay you, some of your expenses to start, just know that that's the place to run from immediately.
Short term.
It's very short term. That means you better produce or you're gone.
And we'll give you leads.
We'll give you leads. I would love to get leads.
Yeah. Good ones.
Yes.
I don't know how that works.
How does one get good leads? We should do a show on that. It'd be the shortest show between us ever.
It would. Because I'm not one to chase leads,
But
and I know you aren't either.
It's just bizarre to me. So anyway, there are so many expenses related to the commission.
Really, there are. There really are.
Then it says,
risk.
Absolutely. And it says, the next one says, all agents are basically the same. Well, I can understand that in the sense of like we're all real estate agents. So therefore that's a way to group us. But I can tell you on deals, if there's a good agent on the other side, they normally get the deal. Like there's a skill issue here, even on the stupid high priced ones, like, where you have multiple offers.
Yeah.
I know that this one of the deals that I was in recently, the agent single-handedly got the deal because of their work, not because there were like 4 other offers. It was just their offer was structured better for the seller.
And that's experience.
It's experience.
Experience.
Yeah. And so they're not the same. And I can't believe you would think that.
I mean, neither.
Because like if you let's say you go to an auto body repair shop,
right?
You think they're all the same?
Are they a parts changer?
Yeah.
We used to call it my dad's shop. Are you a parts changer, or are you analyzing and figuring out?
Right.
A heart surgeon. We're not doing heart surgery, but things might look a little different in there on one person than another.
Yeah. Now, what's funny to me is also like, then you talk about like expertise. So some really smart people, quote unquote, will say like, well, how many transactions have you done this year? And then they'll say, so then they'll go pick the team.
Mm-hmm. The team
where the person that they're talking to hasn't gotten any transactions done, but the team has probably done 100 transactions. And so they look really good.
Right.
It's that kind of stuff that's just, it's just ridiculous.
It is. And I don't know why that perception has come about. I think because we call us, I don't consider myself a salesman. I'm a service provider.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the same way.
Maybe it hurts me.
It does. It does. It does.
I provide a service.
Right. I agree. It says agents don't work enough hours to justify their pay.
I've never calculated an hour.
Because you'd be sick to your stomach.
I would on some deals. Some deals it makes up for it. Some it doesn't. So.
Like I'll have a guy, hey, what's my house worth? I don't know. I'll look it up for you. I'll spend maybe an hour on it just to really get it nailed down. Thanks. Then like 6 months later, the same guy calls, hey, what do you think's my house worth? All right, do it again. Yeah, those are hours going by. And you say, well, it doesn't take hours. You need to sit down and figure this stuff out. It's not like perfect.
Right. There's no algorithm or Zestimate or whatever that's gonna get it.
And so now I've done this for free. How many times can I do this for free before?
Yep.
And that just multiply that times everything.
Yeah. I do that a lot. I do a lot of valuations, broker price opinions.
Yeah. That's a joke. $75 or something, or $100. You can just take that and leave it. I don't need it. Don't need the $100.
Nope.
All right. Then it says agents have very low expenses. I'll tell you what, man, my health insurance is ridiculous. And I mean, I kept it because I was afraid of Obamacare.
Yep.
I kind of had a good idea how that was going to go.
I can't complain. I've had for 25 years the same one, and it's a high deductible. I mean, if something happens, I'm paying out of pocket.
Right.
But
I had a good thing going, but then the insurance industry changed. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but anyway, that's not. I mean, my car, whatever car I own, is going to get destroyed. Okay, it will be driven until the wheels fall right off of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Car washes.
Yeah, and then you have to buy another car. Well, for a new car these days, you can't drive the worst car ever.
No.
So let's just say we're at like 45,000. Well, that's right. You're at 45,000 or 50,000. So that means you need income of at least $50,000 stored away to buy this car. And then you can say, well, you can put it on credit. Yes, but do you understand the pits and the highs and lows, the mountains and valleys one's income is in real estate? Oh, it's not a fun idea of money management to start putting stuff on credit.
I have never figured out how to level that. It's just, I think I got under control, and it's just.
I know. It's very hard. And then it says, next one, you don't need an agent anymore because of the internet. And that's a dangerous one.
That is a dangerous
one. If you go through life thinking that that's going to work out well.
Remember a time when we joked that if it's on the internet, it must be true?
Well, that's just it, yeah. And then you'll always, you see these posts and stuff on social media where like this guy bought his house on his own. And you're like, okay. This guy sold his house on his own. Okay.
You can.
For the vast majority of people, that's a terrible idea.
It's terrible. It's, and I assume people, I'm guilty. I assume people know the process. They know this. People just don't. You do it 3 times, 4 times in your life.
Right. I've had people lecture me on how to do something, and the last time they bought a house was in the 1970s.
Right. A little different now.
It's like one lady's like, this isn't blue ink. You only use blue ink on contracts. What is this? I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Wait until you find out about DocuSign.
Yeah. Right. Which, do people read those? People don't read contracts.
No. And in some ways, I think if they've chosen you, then it's your job to know what's going on.
I hope so. That I take that seriously, but a lot of times, maybe somebody will say I never saw it. I told you 17 times. It's in there.
Well, you signed that you read it like 3 times in most agreements. So what are we doing here?
I sent one not long ago, and he had it back to me in 30 seconds, and I said, "There's no way you went through 17 pages in 30 seconds." Great. I'm glad you trust me. That's great. Let's talk about this.
The next one is the agent's job is done once the home goes under contract. That's when it starts.
Yeah.
That's when it starts.
That's managing people.
Both sides. Either your buyer's agent or a listing. It starts right then.
Yeah.
In fact, if I could only do that, do you know how much better my world would be?
Yeah. And hopefully the agent on the other side agrees that it's our job to get to the closing table.
Yeah, I always always talk to the agent and I'll say like, hey, I'd really like things to work out for your buyer, your seller, or my buyer and seller. I'd like everything to work out for everyone.
Yeah.
I've never understood agents will just shoot themselves in the foot. I've never figured out why. What's the point?
And that makes a difference in getting an offer accepted too, or accepting an offer. I know this agent knows what he's doing and we're going to close it.
At this point, like my license number is the first year that I was licensed. And it's so long ago now that people just automatically don't mess with me.
I love it.
They're like, all right, poor fella's still doing he's still doing real estate now. Better leave that guy alone. Then the next one is agents control home prices or inflate them to increase their commission.
I've never understood that one.
No, and I've understood that people think that.
Yeah.
But
they don't understand supply and demand. And
it doesn't wouldn't even take it that far. It's like, to me, I want to get a deal done.
Yeah.
If I'm a listing agent, why would I want to list a property really, really high that I can't sell?
It does nobody any
It
good.
doesn't do any good. And then if I'm a buyer's agent and my buyer wants to buy something more expensive, I'm happy, but
Yeah,
that's on them.
that's on them. And I always go into I'm gonna have to sell this house someday. If they're
Me
overpaying,
too.
I'm gonna have to sell
Me
it.
too.
Maybe a year I might have to sell it.
Right. I've
And
had two deals where the person used someone else after me for different reasons.
okay,
And I was like, would have liked to have proven that I got you a good deal.
right?
But people don't look at things like that over time. You know, they
Yeah,
just
they forget.
they forget. So anyway, I would never want to inflate the price of a home because look how hard it is to buy a home now.
Yeah,
Why would I
exactly.
want that for my buyers?
Right?
I wouldn't.
No.
So, agents only care about their commission and prioritize profit over clients. If that were true, that'd be one thing. You can't prioritize profit over clients
You can't.
because your expenses come from places other than your clients.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make any sense to me. And then only care about their commission. I do care about my commission. I do. Is it
We have
only?
to call it compensation now, don't we?
Right. Or it's a seller concession. I do care. And I think when you go to work and when someone goes to work and they want to know what they're going to get paid.
Yeah.
I think that is normal and I am not going to feel bad about it.
And I'm worth every penny.
Sure.
You actually taught me that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I try. I feel bad though, because what if it's totally wrong? Like it would just.
I
know. Agents can just lower their commission with no impact on service. This one is one where I think people really get this screwed up. My commission covers my expenses most of the time. If I lower my commission, my expenses don't change. I still have them.
Especially like on a listing. I hope I'm going to do everything I can to sell. I'm going to spend some money to market your house.
Yes.
Are we going to negotiate now out of my pocket? Before?
Yeah, and I mean, people have come, like I had one guy, they were going to cut my whole commission as the buyer's agent.
As a buyer, okay.
And so the listing agent was like totally cool with, well, we'll just cut this is the price you can pay, and then you can have your buyer's agent pay you. And I'm like, well, that's not gonna be
right.
My buyers aren't gonna do that.
No. Because we have a relationship with our buyers.
100%. And so like that was such a bad way to negotiate. And you should probably have explained that to your seller. Like, this isn't gonna go.
On the commercial side, though, a lot of times the buyer and I have a contract. I get paid more by the buyer on the commercial end.
Yeah.
The residential.
I think it's fair to say there's a difference between residential and commercial.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when
if we're selling and buying a house,
I've never done that.
There's two pieces. If I'm selling a house for you, and then we're buying.
I've never done that.
Okay.
And the reason why is I look at every transaction as its own.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what could happen on the next transaction.
Right.
Even
when
to
we
the
get
point,
to that point, though, it's a discussion.
Yeah. Well, like even if somebody said, I have 10 houses for you to sell, you have to cut your commission.
Not on the first one.
No.
Maybe the 8th or 9th.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like every deal has its own problems.
Yeah.
And if I want to be a discount agent, I'll be a discount agent. That's a whole different world. And that I think what a lot of people do that's annoying is they'll go find like a flat fee listing company and then expect full service from the flat fee listing. And so then they're not going to get it.
Right.
Right. And so then they complain about the service and then that leads to complaints to like the state, and it's like, why?
Well, and then if I bring a buyer and you just listed your house as a flat fee, I'm doing twice the work now.
Yes. Now, the new board contracts for St. Louis have a clause that says, if you have an unrepresented buyer, how much are you willing to pay, Mr. Seller? Mr. Seller, how much are you willing to pay for an unrepresented buyer? Recognizing that agent's going to have to do double duty.
Yeah.
But they're not a client. They're an unrepresented buyer.
That's tough. You got to coach them through it. Miss deadlines, things have to get done.
And then you get stuck in the spot where now you're dealing with an unrepresented buyer and you're trying to get the deal done.
Yeah.
You don't work. They don't, you don't work for them.
No.
And I mean, some people are just very trusting in everything. Okay.
Yeah.
But, oof.
Yeah.
The listing agent, this is the next one. The listing agent represents my interests too, even if they work for the seller. Can't imagine that ever being a good idea.
New home sales, the guy sitting in the trailer, he doesn't care about you at all as a buyer.
No.
And I've had fights. I've had buyers early on in my career. I had buyers go, and you cannot get in afterwards.
No.
That buyer goes to that new community.
Yes.
You cannot have representation.
No. It's terrible.
It's tough.
Yeah. And that whole thing is really, that whole market is odd. Okay.
Their own contracts.
Usually seller financing. We'll pay, X amount for 2 years off your mortgage. They'll do everything but lower the price. I was reading one of the articles that the typical concessions went from like 6% to 12% in the past year.
Right.
Which is like, well, that's a granite countertop upgrade, I guess.
An upgrade.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's so wild to me.
Lower the price, and then the one next door becomes less valuable.
Right. And then their bank loans and everything else is based off of this price.
Yeah.
So their own financing is based off of it. So they cannot. They'll do a lot, but they're not cutting the price.
And the consumer has no idea.
None. Also, I've always felt like the new home buyer is a different consumer.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new home buyers that I've dealt with in the past would never buy a used home.
Really?
They just never would. Yeah, they just never would. And so that's like their own thing. I don't know. I've never wanted to live in a new home community. Okay? I just never have. And I don't know.
Not better.
There's a certain kind of person that lives there.
Yeah.
I've just not been that person. And to me, it's not the construction. That's never been the thing for me. It's not. I don't.
Tires.
Huh? Yeah, that is true. Oh my God. You know it. Whenever I have to do a new home sale, I know I'm going to be buying tires for the car, or at least getting them repaired, because those roofing nails are done all the time.
That's an expense.
Yes. But anyway, I don't know.
I lived in one as a kid for a little bit, and that was then when I made the best skateboard and BMX jumps from all the construction leftovers. But
yeah, I don't know that you're allowed to do that anymore.
I don't think you can do that anymore.
Agents get paid even if the deal falls through. Can you imagine?
No. Have you ever accepted or charged a upfront fee?
No.
I've thought about it.
No. I also don't charge a fee at the end on the buyers. It used to be people charged I'd say a $400 fee.
Document fee. Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable with that. If you're working with me, we're in it. We're good.
Well, we have a franchise that says we have to. Sometimes I'll pay it.
I see.
We have a franchise fee.
Yeah. There's one of those fees that just shows up. Bullshit.
Yep.
And then it says, last one, agents want to sell you the most expensive house so they can earn more. I don't think that's true. And it's never been true. It's also never been true. And why the whole commission lawsuits are bogus is I don't care what the commission is when I go to the house. I have a buyer's agency agreement in place with my buyers. So when I go there, it doesn't matter what the commission is. I'm going to get paid what I'm going to get paid.
Right.
That was true before the settlements. Okay.
Right.
I can't help other people that were doing stupid things. That's on
Right.
them.
Right.
But
I don't think I've ever looked at a listing even before just said, oh, this one pays this much, so I'm gonna show that and not this one. I don't understand that.
There used to be like bonuses. So if you sold the house before the end of the year, we'd pay a bonus. But I never needed to sell a house for that reason.
Right.
And then I never thought that was my money, if that makes any sense.
I agree.
It was the buyer's money because they're buying the house.
Yep.
That's how I looked at it. I don't mind if an agent were to call me and say, hey, I've got this house that I think is a great deal, but for some reason it's not selling. Would your buy? I saw it was in your thing. Would your buyer possibly be interested in going by? That's not wrong to me. That's perfect real estate job.
I get those a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want to sell the most expensive house so that they can earn more. And I think going back to it, I would feel very uncomfortable if I sold someone a house that was so expensive that they had to give it up, that they couldn't afford it and had to.
They couldn't afford it. Right. Exactly. And that goes back to it's long-term relationships. I kind of put my compensation on the back burner. I don't care. I wish I didn't know what I was going to get paid.
For me, the key is transactions.
It's
need transactions. I cannot survive without transactions. I don't care what the number is. I just have to do it.
Yep.
So that's how I handle that.
And that's maybe for another date. The low transaction, 4 million nationwide, that's tough on the industry. Because you're
absolutely
not having transactions.
That was the worst part of it.
Yeah.
That was the worst part when the housing market got locked down. That was the part that was going to be bad because an agent cannot make it on like one check every 6 months.
No,
most agents don't live like I do either. Most agents are like spending. But they're doing they are rich in their mind and they are going to spend all their money on stupid stuff. And I'm just not. Famine. Yeah, I'm just not that guy.
No. I hope we clarified that for everybody.
Yes, I hope so too.
It goes to the longevity in the business. People don't last. It'll chew you up. The business will chew you up.
Yes, it's a mental grind. It can be a physical grind for me. I mean, showing houses when it's so hot outside. Yeah. It's humid and you just shown like 6 houses and you have to be in a pleasant mood the whole time.
You do.
That's just not in my nature. Yeah. I'm working very hard to be pleasant for that amount of time.
The worst part is setting up. I don't do open houses, but setting up open house signs. That's the worst job.
That's funny. You know what? The last time I did, I had signs for something else and I brought those I got the wrong ones. And so I was like, if they can't find the house, then
too bad. They're not serious.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if your agent's been in the business 5-10 years, they're probably okay. 10 years, they're probably okay.
Oh, I'd say you start figuring things out after a while.
Not less than 5.
No.
Less than 5 years. I don't think you've seen. I still get stuff I have never seen.
Oh, every deal is different, but you kind of have a framework from which to operate.
Right.
All right. Fun. Well, those were those. Those were them. They were those.
That's fun.
Yeah, it felt better.
You feel better? Good.
All right, now we're going to do our heavy moment.
This was a heavy article.
Yeah. Oh, here, I'm going to put it there. Like, look at that. Bam. All right. So now this is the idea. It's kind of interesting. So I'm going to frame it this way. The idea is the Fed has never been able to accurately predict home prices in a timely manner. Okay. Right. Well, I could have told him that.
I could have told him that.
You don't need a scholar to figure that one out.
People get paid a lot of money to guess.
It's called bullshit jobs.
It's called bullshit.
They're
a part of that 87%.
Yeah. So that being said, this is not the point of the article for me is not the fact that they figured out, in their opinion, how they are able to predict home prices. Okay. Because I don't really care.
I don't care.
But what I thought was interesting, and we'll go over it now as soon as I get my screen here, is that they determined how much economic value there is in the housing market.
That was an interesting take.
Yeah. Yes, and how, you know, if the economy is booming or bust, how is the housing market, you know, relative to that? How does that work? Okay, so I'm not going to read the whole article. I've highlighted stuff that I thought was interesting, and then Mike, you chime in whenever you see something that's interesting. So the first thing is when house prices rise, households gain confidence and spend more. When they fall, families often pull back and growth tends to slow.
I agree with that only because I think things rise and fall at the same time.
Well, just in my own personal experience, when I bought my house, it was X price. Now it's many times more than that. I'm more comfortable with remodeling my kitchen, remodeling my bathroom, because I feel like I'm in the green.
Yep. Reinvesting money into it.
When I lived in Detroit, it was during the big three auto crash.
Oh.
And people literally just didn't spend any money because even if they had a job, they were worried they weren't going to continue to have one.
Right.
And that perception alone kept people from buying anything. Mm-hmm. So I think that's definitely true.
I do too. I do too.
And then the next thing it says is that housing carries an outsized economic footprint. Housing plays a central role in the U.S. economy, not only because of its size, but also because of the way it connects to many other sectors. Housing typically accounts for 15 to 18% of the U.S. GDP through two main channels. I thought that was high, but I thought health insurance would be even worse.
Yeah.
It says residential investment, building new homes, remodeling, and brokers' commissions, which kind of was a shot. I didn't really appreciate that. Housing services, rent and utility paid by renters, and imputed rent for owner-occupied homes. Of what homeowners would pay if they rented their own house. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. It says, survey.
Yeah. It says, but housing's influence extends far beyond these direct contributions. Because homes are both places to live and major stores of wealth, changes in house prices ripple through the economy, shaping household spending, consumer confidence, and even financial stability. Rising prices can boost wealth and make families feel more secure, while falling prices can trigger economic insecurity and cutbacks, delay moves, and lead to mortgage stress. I do believe that. Okay. But it's not real.
It's not real. And what's the cause or effect?
Yeah, it's like just in like a home. Let's say your home goes up $5,000 in value. It's highly unlikely that you're going to spend $5,000 more just because you know that your house price went up in value by that. It's not a 1-to-1.
People stick to the monthly payment budget. Most people.
I think many people during the financial crash of 2007, 2008.
Yep.
It was perception.
Yeah.
Like I saw people buy houses that they otherwise could not afford because some other person just let it go.
Yeah.
We're just not going to make the payments on it. And it was like, so people were moving up during this time of quote unquote crisis.
Right.
So I don't know that, I feel like it's perception. And I believe that if you believe that, you know, whatever's happening is happening, your actions may be there to do different things. So, all right, I'll give him that sort of half and half. It may be true, but it shouldn't be.
I think it's backward. I think housing prices are a result of everything else going on in the economy.
Yeah.
I don't think it pushes the economy.
And then it says these dynamics also explain why housing can act as a leading indicator of the broader economy. Activity in the housing market typically slows before and during a recession, signaling shifts in the overall business cycle. before a downturn becomes fully visible in the macro data. Now, I believed that during the great financial crisis. I don't know that I believe it now. I believe that in the United States alone, we have areas where there's just tremendous. There had been maybe not overbuilding, but certainly overbuying.
Yeah.
That moderated or are moderating now. It doesn't really indicate that there's some sort of economic slump on the horizon.
The work from home, everybody moved south.
I just I accept that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a nice little graph that says that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
I don't know.
Then it says broadly, real estate wealth refers to the total market value of residential property. For homeowners, an important component that is real estate equity, the share of the home's value share of a home's value a homeowner truly owns, calculated as its market value minus the outstanding home mortgage balance. Well, that's not confusing.
Right.
Then it says economists study how changes in real estate wealth affect household spending, often referred to as the wealth effect. The standard way of measuring the wealth effect is via the marginal propensity to consume, the fraction of which each additional dollar of wealth that households spend rather than save. So I thought that was fun. Okay.
Yeah.
So the idea is if you believe you're wealthy, okay,
You're going to spend more.
You're going to spend more per dollar.
Per dollar.
So I didn't highlight this part, but it says across studies, the evidence is remarkably consistent. Households spend 3 to 7 cents of every dollar of housing wealth.
That I thought about that when I read it. It sounds low.
I don't know that it sounds low. I mean, that's a huge average over a lot of stuff. But what I did think was interesting, and I really thought that this was kind of buried in the article or the paper, is using UK household data reports that elasticities of consumption with respect to house prices show strong heterogeneity by age and tenure. Older homeowners exhibit large positive responses. Younger homeowners' responses are much less, sometimes close to zero, and renters tend to respond negatively. Yeah. And I would say that has a massive implication.
United Kingdom housing is completely different than the United States.
Yeah, but if the idea holds, okay, that renters and young people are contributing zero to the economic output. That is really dicey because I think we're becoming a nation of renters.
Yeah, and we are.
Yeah. And so now, if that's true, if that holds up, they're not investing in the economy.
That's a little scary.
That right there was that was pretty interesting.
That is. I didn't catch that the first time through.
I think that is the case right there. We need to encourage home ownership.
We do.
Responsible
home ownership. Yeah.
And I also think that, in a housing market where people are saying build more of everything, I think the folly is in building apartments.
I do
over single family homes.
I do too.
Due to the economic output of the people that own them.
Yep. I agree 100%. But they get the grants, they get the things to,
I know they're the professionals.
Yeah.
I mean, apartment builders are professionals in building apartments. They know how to do it. And it's like,
but that doesn't contribute to.
No, that's the problem.
Well, yeah.
So it says, thus, even modest swings in house prices can translate into sizable changes in aggregate spending through the housing wealth effect. Consistent with this mechanism, real estate wealth has fluctuated noticeably with house prices over time, even after adjusting for disposable income. So,
I don't know. It's, you can feel wealthy if your house price goes up, but are you really until you sell it? It doesn't matter what it's worth.
That's where I was. That's where I've always been.
It doesn't matter. Your house.
No, like if my neighbor's house sold for like $50,000 less than mine, I wouldn't even think anything of it.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's like the penny stocks I always talk about. They were great. We had good times, but it was never my money. And then it was 0.
And then it says why house price swings matter. I think that's important. It says the strong wealth effect documented in the economics literature means that housing acts as an amplifier for the broader economy, increasing phases of expansion as well as contraction in the housing cycle. During an expansion, rising house wealth makes families feel more financially secure. They may refinance mortgages, borrow against home equity, or simply spend more freely. Builders increase construction, brokers earn more commissions, and sales of durable goods climb, fueling faster overall growth. Yet, when real house prices outpace the growth of real disposable income, affordability deteriorates. This shift raises housing wealth relative to income, but can also sow the seeds for the next phase of adjustment as stretched affordability eventually constrains demand. And then it
That's
says
the
during
problem with buying at the top of your budget.
And then it says during a contraction, falling home values erode housing wealth, prompting households to turn cautious. Families may delay car purchases, cancel vacations, or postpone remodeling projects. Some homeowners are left underwater, owing more than their homes are worth, which can raise defaults and reduce labor mobility as people can't afford to sell and move on. The middle part there is that economic expansion. It says when real house prices outpace the growth of real disposable income, affordability deteriorates.
Yeah.
Is that true?
No.
I just feel like it has.
We've seen everybody's hung up on 20 years ago, 2006 to 2010.
Yeah.
Housing's boring. You don't make $50,000 in a month. Housing should be boring.
Yes. I think they printed all this money, okay?
Yeah.
They being the Fed.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've really accounted for it.
No.
In like in the house prices. Because your purchasing power has been zapped.
Yep.
And so
it was all leverage, and it was leverage, so it was a snowball effect.
It's hard for me to say that homes are affordable now.
They're expensive.
Right.
I will say that they are expensive.
So I don't necessarily know that the classic economic models hold because everything is not being held constant.
Right.
We'd never printed the kind of money we printed during COVID. No. Never.
I think we need to readdress some of the classic economic models.
I do too, based on what happened.
Yeah. Never before have we put, whether it's 5 billion or 5 trillion, whatever it is, how do you account for that?
It says rapid gains in housing wealth fueled borrowing and consumption, but when housing affordability became a drag and house prices fell, the sharp contraction in wealth and surge in foreclosures tightened household constraints and undermined the banking system. The resulting credit crunch deepened the downturn, amplifying negative wealth effects from housing and created one of the deepest U.S. recessions in the post-World War II era. But like, how are the, like, I mean, it seems like the house prices have risen faster than the 2007 run up. That's
the issue, is the increase without income keeping up with it. The increase. And if you look, God, what did I see the other day? If you go back to 2020 and you go 5%, maybe even if it was 2000, you go 5% every year. Mm-hmm. That's where prices are right now. In Arizona, at least.
Yeah.
But it's just the acceleration that we've had. I was wrong in 2020. I would have thought that the housing market would have slowed down.
Yeah.
And it took off. It was like musical chairs.
It did. And we talked about some of those factors. There's the PPP loans. There might have been some fraud. There's a lot of money printing.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot of moving parts.
And then it says, even outside of the crisis episodes, housing wealth fluctuations matter. A 5 to 10% drop in aggregate real estate wealth can trim consumer spending by billions of dollars, slowing activity across sectors from construction to retail. Because housing wealth is so central to household balance sheets, its ups and downs act like an economic tide, lifting or lowering many boats at once.
Did it say that? I wrote that. I
Oh,
didn't see that it said that. That's my favorite saying.
oh.
Huh. That would be great if everybody's churning and moving every year or two, but people aren't.
Well,
You're
they're
not.
saying that like if you feel like your house has gotten more, you've got more equity in it, that you're going to spend more money. But then if you don't feel that way,
You're gonna
you're going to
tighten
hurt the
up.
rest of the economy because you've tightened up your spending.
Yeah.
I don't know. Food for thought.
Food
They
for thought.
these people have found the answer, I guess, and so we don't need
Did
to
you
we don't need to
did you
question it.
catch though that they had a statistical variability or something of 0.77%?
I don't
And
even.
if you just copied what did last year, you had a statistical variability of 0.75%. So it was basically equal. All this work was the same as flipping a coin.
uh,
It,
well,
it was, I saw it somewhere on the article.
I just I just think that it seems there's these themes in our economy. So there's energy,
Yeah,
there's medicine, there's healthcare. I mean, and then there's
healthcare.
housing. Okay, tech is kind of on its own weird
It's weird now.
island,
Yep.
but people in general should be really, really concerned when the government comes up with plans for how we're going to affect housing, how we're
Yeah.
going to affect energy prices, because that policy can be devastating, and no one even realizes it until it's way too late.
Yeah. You start giving away things and making things affordable. If you start making $200,000 houses, are now does your $500,000 house lose value? I don't
Right.
know. I don't have the answer.
No, and I don't wish for house prices to fall. I don't wish for them to gain. I don't, but I know they're not going to stay the same. It's just always weird if you drive down a neighborhood. Okay,
Yeah.
someone bought their house in 1978 and they paid like let's say 16,000 because it's a mansion.
Awesome.
Okay, and now you just sold the house next door for 470,000. Okay,
Uh-huh.
those two people are not the same.
No,
Their financial situations are not the same. They're not even close.
not
And it
even close.
always has seemed weird to me that when you buy a house, it's a very different number than the person that bought the house next to you.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not many things like that. Like you go to the store and you buy a packet of M&Ms. Okay, it's a stupid price now, but
I have no
it's
idea.
it's you can still buy them, right? And like the person that buys them next month isn't at a disadvantage from buying it. It's still around the same price.
Right.
But house prices, I mean, look at how lopsided it can be.
That's true. In the same neighborhood,
Same neighborhood,
with
same
all else
construction.
expenses are the same
Yes,
except your house.
yes. So it's a very wild concept.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's,
thank you. It took me, years of driving by houses when I was putting out my open house sign for the open house.
sweat dripping
Yeah,
down.
yeah. Like you're supposed to look nice, but you've already. For you guys, I don't even know. I found out this week that that's just rock. Can't
You
even
cannot.
dig. Yeah.
No, the ground is very hard.
All right. So now let's have a fun one.
Yeah.
I don't know which way Mike's going to go on this one. It
Florida,
says,
right?
yeah, it's a HOA in Florida, 55 plus community forces a 28-year-old heir to pay legal fees or lawsuit trying to evict her. Sick and twisted joke.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is a
Awesome.
fascinating. So it says a Florida retirement community has allegedly made a 28-year-old woman's life a living hell, and they're forcing her to help foot the bill to sue herself. This Bethany Michael
Yeah.
has been locked in a bitter 2+ year standoff with the Freedom and Arbor Mill Homeowners Association in Jacksonville, Florida.
Right.
And what did she do? She inherited her late father's home in a 55 plus neighborhood while being under the age limit.
Yeah.
So do they have those over where you're at? The 55
Yeah,
plus communities?
we have a lot of 55 plus. A lot of them are like the article. I don't know if this article says it, 80%. It depends what the CC and R say.
Mm-hmm.
We've got like Sun City. You can own a home. You just may not be able to live in that community if you're under 55. But you can own the home.
I know this is weird. Like, I feel like this is weird to me. Like, as an agent, I am constantly pounded over the head with, you can't steer people, you can't redline,
Right.
you can't do all these things, right?
I don't know how they do it.
And
How do
then
they
all
get
of a
by
sudden,
it?
there's like this total carve out for people 55 years of age and older.
Right.
Like, who came
And
up with that?
I
You know?
fit into that now, by the way.
Yeah, well, I'm getting close. I'm getting close. But the idea, like, who came up with this and why?
And why? Why is it okay? I don't understand it.
Yeah.
And
The only thing
HOAs are a powerful group.
only
HOAs
thing-
have a lot of power.
The only thing I would compare this to is I've noticed that in the charity world, you can donate to things that are pretty off the wall. Like,
Yeah.
And then no one says a word.
Yeah.
It's like, that shouldn't be right. Like,
It shouldn't be right.
no, that shouldn't be right, but they're doing it. So, all right. So we know this girl is 28 years old.
Yeah.
She wants to live. I don't even know if she wants to live there that much. I mean, it's just one of those things.
Now it's just a point of context. Now she just wants to do it.
Yeah. It says at a Wednesday meeting, the board approved a whopping $1,000 special assessment on all 155 lots to bankroll 155,000 legal war chests. And then because this lady owns one of the lots, she has to pay the $1,000 that the board will try to evict her.
She probably does. But they're asking 50. How many was it?
155 lots.
155 people to give up $1,000 on their.
So they can sue this girl that got her house from her sick dad who died.
And they probably don't care really.
About her dad?
No, about her living there. They probably
Who does? That's the weird part. Who really has the problem with his $155,000?
Right.
War chest. It's like, then it says residents must pay the $1,000.
Yeah.
Or pay it in monthly increments. And the lawyer said they're all over 55. That most of them are probably on fixed incomes. They don't have $1,000 just to drop on a lawsuit that's frivolous because some people in the association board have something stuck in their craw.
Yeah.
And it says Michelle, an influencer and social media consultant, must have graduated from Arizona State University.
The influencer program.
She moved into the community in 2020 to care for her terminally ill father during the pandemic. All right. So I don't feel like is that wrong?
No, I think that's great. I know what the problem is.
Okay. I don't know.
The HOA head lady.
I just don't get it. It says, her dad purchased the home from the developer. And then it says with paper indicating his daughter would own the unit. She inherited the home after her father died, with a probate judge officially ruling the home belonged to her. And then it says they must oust Michelle to protect its federal 55 plus status. Under the Federal Housing for Older Persons Act, however, senior communities only need 80% of their homes occupied by someone 55 or older, leaving a 20% cushion for their heirs. So what is the federal...
What the CC&R say?
Yeah, what is the federal... what do you get under the Older Persons Act?
Yeah, I thought it would be state. I didn't know it was national.
And so, I don't even get... Who came up with this? It just doesn't make any sense. Somebody
over 55. I thought it was state. I didn't know there was a national act for it.
So she's already within the 80%. She's
fine.
Good.
She's good, I would think, unless there's something else in the CC&Rs. But.
Yeah. And then she said that she thinks she's the only one.
Yeah, there may be others. I don't know.
They've revoked her access to neighborhood amenities, even though they're included in the monthly dues. At one point, management refused to accept her HOA fees made electronically, she alleged.
Somebody's just not happy with her.
She has received reminders about the community's 55 plus requirement and believes the board has sent real estate agents to convince her to sell.
Of course, those evil agents.
Man, you get those agents to do their dirty work.
Yeah, it's somebody's just doesn't want her there. Somebody's there.
This was interesting. Like, so her attorney says that the board has dragged its feet on filing a lawsuit until now. The lawyer says that massive $155,000 price tag is a dead giveaway. The board knows they're holding a losing hand. Says if it was a clear-cut case, you wouldn't ask for $150,000. It would take five to 10 tops. My speculation is they've been told by attorneys they're going to lose.
That's what I thought. There was more behind this. There's something else there. I thought. That sounds. I haven't been in an HOA lawsuit, thankfully, but sounds like a lot.
The weird thing is it's like, why doesn't she just sell? The only thing worse than losing a parent is being forced out of the home you were left by said parent. She wants to stay for sentimental reasons, her low interest rate and the peace.
She wants to stay because she's in national news now and getting followers, and she learned it in her ASU class.
Man, I just think this is such garbage.
It is. It's nonsensical, and it's just part of this crazy world. Somebody's upset she's there, and she wants to stay there, and
it's just petty.
It's petty. I'll tell you real quick. We've got a fence in the back of ours that you can see through. So I put one of those tan, you can barely see it, so that you can't look through the fence into our pool area. And I live in an HOA. And when we first moved in, I got a letter from the HOA, and they said, you can't have that on your fence. And my response was, well, when your husband stops looking at my daughter sitting by the pool, then I'll take it down. And I never heard again.
Wow.
There was no husband, but I'm sure he wasn't happy.
So I'm of the opinion that she should stay as long as she wants.
I think so. If she's in the 80% and the CCNRs allow it.
Yeah.
Stay as long as she wants.
I mean, what? I just don't understand why you would do that.
Raise that. Have a lawsuit against her?
Yeah, why would you be that upset over one person?
Well, that's somebody. Somebody's not happy about her.
I know, but $155,000 mistake.
Yeah. Well, if they lose, that goes into a fund for the community. I don't know.
Right. It just, to me, like, this is a clear-cut case of stupid.
You've heard me. We've lost the ability to think.
It's just, and then I would like to know what benefits you get. The only benefit I can think of living in a 55 plus community is being 55 plus.
Yeah.
It seems like it's just a kind of an age discrimination against this. It's age discrimination against this woman who's 28.
Yeah. We have them. We have quite a few of them, and I never understood how they can. But you drive your golf cart around. You have your.
Well, they don't have. Do they have the golf courses in the community?
Yeah.
Is that how that works? Okay.
Yeah. Some cities got like 5 golf courses. It's huge.
Does it have a pool? I like pools.
It's got a bunch of different pools. It's got a clubhouse. It's an attractive place for that lifestyle.
I can understand if you don't want your kid, sometimes the kids get a little rambunctious and run around and stuff. I can understand that.
Splashing at the pool.
Yeah. Scratching grandma at the pool. She's not really into that type thing.
I like kids.
I don't hate them that much. You know what I'm saying?
I think they're fun.
I can't imagine kicking this poor woman.
Yeah. And she's 28. I mean, she's getting her life going.
And you could say, well, she should just go buy another house somewhere else. But, houses are expensive.
Houses are expensive.
She's 28 years old.
But she inherited this one. She's got all kinds of money.
Yeah, I'm sure. 28 years old, got all kinds of money to piss away on a lawsuit against these old people that have nothing else better to do.
Yeah, she should be a real estate agent. It's easy.
Well, it's so strange. I don't know. Are you familiar with part of our real estate charter is we're supposed to say to people, hey, like if they ask, like, hey, I want to be real estate, you're supposed to tell them, like, that's a great idea. Here's how to do it.
Is that true?
I think so, somewhere in there.
Really? I don't
And
know
I've
that.
always been like, I don't think that's a good idea. If I had to do it all over again, I don't know that I'd be a real estate agent, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
I don't know what I would be. That probably is why I'm a real estate agent. But I don't think I would say like, oh, this is a great idea. Because here's the one thing that people don't understand is you're competing against people that have been in the business for like 40 years. It's not like, it's a very mature industry.
It is.
The winners have stayed in there so long that that's how they get their deals, or they have a big family.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then people are saying, well, I'd like to make it, extra couple bucks. And after the fees,
You don't make.
you got to sell more than one house.
You cannot do it part time. One of my biggest pet peeves is when you're on a deal and the other agent on the other side's a part time agent and they've got a 9 to 5 job. I
really would like it if they tell me, because I call them at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I don't get anything until like 6, and they're like tired and miserable.
Right, and I go to bed at 8.
There you go.
It drives me crazy. I don't think that you should be able to do it part time, but I don't think you are representing your clients to the best of your ability.
No,
as a part time agent, I don't think so.
I agree with that.
I don't think so. But on paper, the public doesn't know the difference.
No, and if it's your cousin, the ones I don't like is when like it's your cousin and you think you're going to get a deal and the cousin rips you harder than a regular agent would. That one hurts. Right. I see that.
I see that a lot.
Yeah.
I see that a lot.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I think we're just going to cut the show now. It's been fun.
Where are we at? An hour and a half? That's good.
Yeah.
That was
I
fun.
hope everybody learned something, or at least has something to think about tonight at dinner.
Yeah. We're here to educate.
Or something. I always worry about the educate thing, because like Mao was here to educate too, and it just got out of hand.
Are we here to entertain?
I think so. The Worldwide Wrestling Foundation Federation changed to entertainment.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they were entertainers.
They were entertainers.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, with that, good luck.